We're learning Vihini Porach Mateh Aharon, Tavshin Lamed Gimel Ois Tes. So this special bracha that the bracha of the Kahanim give, which is it's quick, and it comes all the way down with an abundance of stuff, Ribei Hashpah. So this is the unusual thing about Brichas Kahanim, and so with this, the Rebbe's explained that in the usual process of Seder Shtalshlis, where there can be a blockage or a delay on each level you can have, it doesn't flow automatically from one level to the next, and you have a din and mishpat on each level. That's how it comes down regularly, and we saw that in the person, and it works in Nefesh Adam. Nefesh Adam, that you can understand something that it should be done, but till it gets to the doing, it goes through the whole process of making a plan and speaking about it and then doing it. And each level, you might have cold feet about it, so to speak. But if you're excited about something, then you don't rest until it's done. It flows through everything, and you get it done with a lot of excitement. So too, the hashpah that comes through the bracha of the kahanim, that's why it comes b'mehiris, quickly. It comes quickly, meaning it comes from a higher level than the level of Atzilus, from the level called Keser, Arichan in Keser, which represents a greater level of revelation of godliness, and therefore it comes it flows with excitement, with joy, and with pleasure, and so it comes down quickly. All the hashpah comes down with a tremendous amount. You have a language. You say in English, someone says, "Thank you." This is it's my pleasure. So we just say that and we mean it when we say that. When Hashem says it, so to speak, that means it's coming from a higher level of hashpah and chesed than regular. The level of chesed, the level where things are b'li gvul, and so as it comes down into our world, it comes down not only in a way of non-stop, direct flight without any barriers, but it comes down with a huge amount of hashpah also, which is the bracha of the Kahanim, where it says, Yivarechacha, Hashem will bless you with bonim and with mamein, and we explained that means not only just with money, but with health. As the Gemara says, if you have money, you need to be healthy, and you have to be alive in order to be able to spend it. And also, it comes down to the lowest level where you need protection. So here, this whole process of the bracha of the Kahanim, this was all in place before we had the story with Porach. This was Aharon had given his bracha Yivarecha to when they built the Mishkan, and now you have later this issue. They came up with Porach, and then you had the blossoming of the almonds on the stick of Aharon, and this whole explanation is coming as it is explaining why it is the almonds were the fruit that grew, because they grow fastest, to explain that the brachas of the come down fast. So here there comes an additional additional advantage to the bracha of the Kahanim, which is after the complaint. So it's like you have a document that's questioned, and Beis Din then has to verify the document. After it's been verified by Beis Din, it's a stronger document than before the Beis Din verification, because it has an extra validation that's put on it. So too, in other words, you can use this document in a place where someone's challenging it. Before the challenge, it was a regular document. Now it's been challenged and been validated, verified. Then you're able to use it even in cases where it doesn't have any limitation. Similarly, we're saying now the Brichos Kahanim got an extra boost Before it was extremely powerful. But through this process, it's brought out that even in a place where the challenge, what's the challenge? It's a darker place. It's a place of klippa. It's a place where you would think the bracha would not be able to reach on its own, because there's a barrier of non-kedusha, which would, or a virus that would hold back from it. So the Torah says no. The Birchus Kehanim is so powerful, it comes from such a level that even that which is dark, that which is not lichtig, that which is not Torah, that which is not Kedusha, that which is Averis and not mitzvahs, that level of lowliness, even there, the brachas of Hashem can reach as well. That it has the ability also to turn around that which is not holy into holiness, because it comes from such a deep level of the infiniteness of Hashem. That this is bringing out a further mila that there is in the Birchus Kehanim. Perek Tes inside v'yesh leimar da'agam shebirchus Kehanim hoisa lifnei sheporach Mateh Aharon v'yigvul shkedim. Even though that the brach of the Kehanim on this great level that we said before, that can flow without stop and come low with an abundance of things that we need. This was also before the blossoming of Aaron's stick and before the shkedim grew. And it says in the pasuk in Shmini that Aaron lifted up his hands and he blessed the people. Rashi, Yivarochim bebrichos Kehanim, and that's when he said we have the first time. I think Yivarechacha, the three brachos of the Kehanim. V'gam oz hoisa hamshocha the brichos Kehanim b'miras, and even then, the bracha of the brichos Kehanim was quickly, with alacrity, with all the pluses we said before. So as a mikol mokem, nevertheless, the Aharon Porach Mateh Aharon, the tois of Ili Bezeh, after the stick of Aaron blossomed, there grew. There was an additional mile. Since this that the stick of Aaron blossomed and it grew the shkedim, that came through the complaint and the questioning on the kahuna. So you have this extra inyan. They complained, and there was a miraculous blossoming of the stick. So in other words, through the complaint, through the pushback, you got a greater gilui. This is like you had a shtar, you had a document that there was it was challenged. There was an error on the shtar, it was challenged, and then it was ratified, it was verified and basted. Is it sheyesh loy toikif yoser mishtar shalei hoya olav error, that has a greater strength and validation of a document that there was no, but that wasn't challenged. This is brought down in Shulchan Aruch. So therefore, which is, in other words, it's because there was a pushback, because there was something that challenged, now brought out a greater strength. So what do you have in different terminology? There's as the pasuk from Kehela says, when you're talking about Oir and Choshech, there's a Yisrain, Yisrain ha'Oir min ha'Choshech, like light, the mile of light coming from darkness. And this pasuk, like when the light coming from darkness, anybody knows that there's a plus in light over dark, daytime over nighttime. You can see where you're going during the day, and nighttime you can't see. So the Torah doesn't have to tell you there's a Yisrain, there's a plus in light over dark. You grope around in the dark and you see things in the light. That's obvious to everybody. The inner meaning of what the Torah is saying, the Navi is saying, with Yisrain ha'Omer ha'Choshech, means there's a higher level of oir that comes as a result of the darkness. When you can turn the darkness into a positive energy, The holiness of darkness is a negative thing. It covers over, it hides. If you can take out from that hiddenness, from that hell of a Hester, from a negative incident, something greater, something more lichtig, something more holy, a greater bond and connection that comes as a result of the pushback. That's the Yishun Ha'ir that comes from and through and turns the darkness into something positive. There's a lot of times that you find that people become stronger through struggles, which is a whole topic. They'll say, I'll pass on the struggle and I'll pass on the gain. Pass on the pain, pass on the gain. We don't have a choice oftentimes in that. But as a result of difficulties and struggles on different areas, we become stronger. There can be many organizations to help people have grown out of a difficulty that a person went through or a family went through. And this is on many different levels. You'll be learning and trying to understand something, and you don't get it through the Haravanya, through the working through something which you find difficult. You get a deeper understanding. You see this many times, that you can have children in the classroom, kids that pick up things very quickly, and they're looked at as the good students. And then you've got people who've got to struggle. You have to learn over 2, 3, 4 times in order for it to sink in. The one who struggles and works harder, he has a deeper appreciation of the knowledge than the student who just gets it quickly the first time. A deeper appreciation, a broader appreciation, because he worked for it. From the struggle, from the choshech, from the lack of giloi, there comes an and a greater appreciation. So this is this principle is on many levels. That also this will understand what the Alter Rebbe says. The end of the Maimer, there's shkida l'mutav or l'toiv. The shkedim, meaning the almonds, l'mutav or l'toiv. Shkedim de mata Aharon hem shkedim toivim. And he says that the shkedim, the almonds on Aaron's stick, were good ones. And so this will explain more. There's l'mutav or l'toiv. That'll be in the next year.